Hi, good afternoon. This is Amanda Malone here. I'm here to talk about Dr. Thomas Gordon and his teacher effectiveness training. So, this is a little bit just about his personal history. He is passed away at this point. He was born on March 11th in 1918 in Paris, Illinois. He did some work for his bachelor's and master's degree in psychology, and then he served in the Air Force during World War II for 4 years. After his service time, he went to the University of Chicago to earn his doctorate, and then from there, he also taught at the University of Chicago. In his personal life, he is and was married to Linda Adams. They had two daughters together who also had children, and he also has great grandchildren that survive him today. Linda Adams is also his current CEO and leader for his organization, the Gordon International Training. He passed away on August 26th of 2002. Some of his academic and career achievements, he has authored over 9 books. He's published many journal articles. He did institute and begin the Gordon Training International, which is where he implements a lot of his different thoughts and theories and models to relevant parts of life. With the Gordon model, it first started out with parent effectiveness training, and then it branched out into teacher effectiveness training, as well as work with couples, business leaders, and much more. He was a fellow on the American Psychological Association, and he was also a past president for the California Psychological Association. Because of all his great work in trying to really improve communication and conflict resolution, he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1997, 98, and 99. So the Gordon model really starts with a couple of different things. So it's really all about communication. He first defined this behavior window, which shows where there is the problem, and he really wants to define who owns the problem, who the problem belongs to, so that it can be resolved. So in his example, in this classic example, he has the child, so they're playing catch, so that's not a problem. Okay, playing catch with a friend is not a problem. That's an area of acceptance. That's totally fine. When a child gets hit in the face, that child owns that problem. It's their responsibility, and now it's our job to validate and empathize with them. So when the child is throwing the ball against the house, they've moved from playing catch, now they're throwing the ball against the house. Now it's the parent's problem because it's something that they don't want. That's an unacceptable behavior. And then later on, Gordon added to this by saying that the child wants to play and the parent is worried about the window. So there's a problem for both of them there. And so he then goes into his next steps of what would be considered the resolution parts. So there's a few different things. So once that behavior window is determined and it is found out who owns the problem, there's a couple of different ways you can go. So active listening is when the student owns a problem and the teacher must listen and validate. An I message, the teacher interview handles with non-blaming message. So this can be teacher directed towards the student. It could be helping a student to learn to work with another student and saying I messages that are non-blaming. And then there's also the no-lose or the win-win approach to resolution. There are 6 different steps for this. One is to define the problem, so kind of going back a little bit to that behavior window. But that's between you and the other person. So you have to define what the problem is, and it might not always be what you originally thought the problem to be. Then you both need to brainstorm a solution. So we're not evaluating that here. It's just simply brainstorming ideas. So you're writing